Happy Tuesday, everyone. It's Jody. I'm back with another tutorial. We're going to be using the bargain bead box Seafoam Sunrise. Why do I always forget the name of boxes? I don't understand how I forget. Anyway, it's probably my age, right? It's fine. So I have Lucy with me today. She went to the vet, and I think I will have, I wonder if I should have the picture put up here. I think that if I do have the picture put up here, it'll be right about now, and then you'll see how angry she was at the vet. So she had to go get her shots, and she got weighed, and she weighs 10.16 pounds, and she's almost 2. So, and she's a little bit shorter of a cat, but she's, you know, she's healthy. They said everything is fine with her. She's healthy. They checked for fleas. They did everything, and she's good to go. So she has her shots. She's not happy about it. But the picture was really funny. So I think if I can remember, and I hope I can remember to actually let Chris know where to throw that picture in here so that you guys can see how angry she was. So, but she's back there nursing herself, and back to not being sore, having a little sore behind, and she's doing good. So anyway, let's get to beading. So today we're going to make a necklace, and a multi-strand bracelet and a pair of earrings that match. And we're going to use the half drilled drops that we have, and I'm going to show you guys how to just do an eye pin. In case you guys have never dealt with these before, I'm going to show you what I did. I already have one done, so that way I can show you guys, and we'll do the other one real quick. Really easy to do. I am actually using a tape measure so that I can get it right. This one I do need to be kind of precise on. So for those of you who know that I don't measure things very often, this is a big step for me. All right, enough said, enough talking. Let's get to work. Okay, so we have the little Amazonite drops, the basket drops, and they don't quite match perfectly, but I'm always okay with that when it comes to these gemstone earrings, because I like them to look just a little bit different anyway, and it's really fine. And you know, it's very rare where someone will tell you, did you know your earrings don't quite match? So we're going to do this, and I'm going to show you. I have one of the eye pins that actually came in the bargain bead box this month, and we're going to stick it into the hole where it stops. It won't go any further. I'm just going to put my thumbnail there, and see this little spot here? This is what we need to measure. So I'm going to take my tape measure, and you can really put it anywhere where you'll remember, and you just want to count like how many little lines you need. So it looks like I need to cut it at like 5, like it's going to be half an inch, I guess. No, what is that? Yes. Yeah, no, I don't know. That's like a quarter. That's a quarter of an inch, you guys. I'm sorry. I just got out of work, and I'm not thinking numbers right now. So that's where we're going to cut it. So now that we know that, we can put our spot at the base of our eye pin where the loop is. And you can either mark it with a Sharpie or just hold on to it, and it's going to be right above my thumbnail. So I'm going to take this and just slide my little cutter in there. Once I have it in there, I'm going to give it a cut, saving my end there. And now we have a small eye pin. And you want to test it, and it looks like I may have been off by just a little bit, but that's okay. So we'll just cut it down a little bit. I probably slid my finger or something. But it's probably better for you to mark it. Okay, now it's perfect. And it's hitting the bottom. I can feel the bottom. So that's what we want to do. And then invest in some E6000. You can get smaller tubes than this, and it's not expensive at all. But this glue works really great. And there's other glues out there that work great too. I have a bunch of different types of glue, but this one is my favorite. And I'm just going to get like a little glob on here. The one thing about this too is it does dry clear. So if you get a little bit too much glue, you can peel it off, and it's absolutely fine. So we're just gonna stick that in there and just all the way down. Position your eye pin how you want it. So see, I've got it right facing this direction because my ear wires face like this. They face the opposite direction. So that's how I want it. And then we're gonna just let that sit there and dry. And what we'll do is while that's drying, we will go ahead and we'll start making our multi-strand bracelet. So the 3-strand bracelet we're gonna make is going to be using the flower Amazonite. And is that what it was called? Let me just double check and make sure. I got all my little bags here. Yeah, flower Amazonite. I am like, everything's escaping me. We're going to use the regular Amazonite. Okay. And we are using the toggle from this. We're using these chandelier connectors. I have some jump rings. I have the little wire guardians and crimp tubes in there. And then in this one, I've got a bunch of spacers and different little bead caps from the box too. The round spacers, these like rondelle spacers are from the box, and so are these, but these are from my own stash. So just gonna dump those out. And we are going to, I'm so sorry, I just all of a sudden again, I'm like, I get so hoarse. And then I have some 7-strand bead-along wire. I'm using the bronze color so that it'll match everything else that we are using here. And since we're gonna need 3 strands, and we know these take up some room, we know this takes up some room, so we know we're not going to need like as long as we normally would if we were just using a lobster clasp and just stringing it, right? But I still want to give myself a little bit of room for error. And I don't know why, when these are like, some of these little spools, they just like unravel so easy. So I'm going to give you guys an idea of what I am cutting off here. So we're going to make them all the same. And it is, I'm cutting off almost 9 inches, so 8 3/4 inch for each strand. And we won't use all 8 3/4 for my wrist, but it's a good thing to have just a little bit extra in case you need it. If there's one thing that I've learned while making something, you never know what could happen. So you just, you know, give yourself a little bit more than what you would normally want to take, and everything, it works out just fine. All right, let me get this wound up here so it's not unraveling all over the place and causing me grief when I go to clean up after this is done. All right, so that's all cleaned up. So I have really good news for those of you who know that we've been struggling to find somebody at my place of my day job, That's where we're struggling to find somebody. And it's been so tough. It's been so hard. And we finally have somebody who I think is going to be really great. And she started yesterday and she's doing so good. And I keep wanting to ask her, you know, please don't leave us. Like, I'm afraid I'm going to make her like be scared, and then she will leave. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do, I do wanna just go ahead and hook it right onto one of my 3-strand connectors, my chandeliers that I'm using as a 3-strand connector. So I'm going to put on my crimp tube. I'm gonna put on my wire guardian. And we're going to just run that wire over top the wire guardian and back through the crimp tube. Oh, not through the crimp tube, I'm sorry. Through my, well, this is a step I always end up messing up somehow, you guys. I get too ahead of myself. I'm gonna put it through here. We're just gonna string it right onto one of these little loops. Just Let's make my eyes go cross because there we go. All right, so now that we have it, now we can go ahead and put the little tail that we have of our strand through that crimp tube. All right, and now if you don't use wire guardians, you don't have to. It does help your wire to not fray as easy or to get worn down. I shouldn't say fray, but it helps it so it doesn't get worn down as easy because it's not rubbing on that metal constantly. It's being protected. All right, so I'm kind of imagining that I want to do all of these in the middle. And I want to do all the like real earthy colors together on one side, and then maybe do some more of the blues and the greens together on the other side. So I just want to grab some of these earthy colors. And when I say earthy, I mean like, you know, imagine like earth, like just, you know, dry earth. All right, so we have that one, and then let's go ahead and use one of these little bead caps. I have it facing the opposite direction. And then we're going to grab a couple more of these earthy ones. I know this one is more gray and black, but that's okay. I don't mind that at all. And then we are going to, let's just do another one like that. I like to do these because I test it out like one strand once I get it, you know, put together, and then I know exactly how long I need to make the other strands. I know that's probably not the best way to do it, but that's the way I like to do it. All right, so then let's do another little earthy one here. Okay. And then let's use one of these little rondelle spacers. Those are really cute. And let's find another little earthy one. And let's do another bead cap. And probably this one. And probably this one. I hope you guys, this day has been going good. Your whole week has been going good so far. I know we're only 2 days into the work week, but it's actually going by kind of fast for me, which I'm really surprised because I kept thinking how slow time was going to go now that we're really, you know, getting closer to us being able to go on vacation. And but it's not. It's actually kind of zooming right by, and I'm happy about it. The sooner I can get to the end of April, the better off I'll be. All right, we're going to do a size check in a few minutes here, just to make sure that we're on the right track. And here's another one. Go. And this one, some of these are so cool, like the little stripes and patterns that are in the beads. They're just super, super cool. I'm going to scoot those beads out of the way just a little bit because I feel like they're causing issues with you guys seeing what's going on. I'm trying to move the camera in closer. Please let me know if it helps. All right, so now we're going to have that other little chandelier on here, and we're going to also have a clasp. So I think this is where we end it. We're good here. If it's a little bit baggy or a little bit bigger, it's okay because I don't mind my bracelets kind of flip-flopping around. Plus, a lot of times I wear it on my left, and I like it to be past my watch most of the time. So when this is my mouse hand, and I don't like my wrist hitting the table with my, you know, and constantly hitting my bracelet. I don't like that. So I like to wear it on my left hand. All right, so we're going to repeat the same process as we did on this side with our wire guardian. And our little chandelier. And just making sure I'm getting it the right way up. because I have done that before where I've used them and they're definitely one-sided. And I got the whole bracelet made and I looked down, I'm like, are you kidding me? So I had to redo it. So I was not happy with myself. All right, so now that we have that on the right way, let's go ahead and feed this through our crimp tube. And I want to put it just through one bead here, just this first bead at the top here. And then we can just pull it all down. Give our little wire guard just a tiny little squeeze just so it's kind of goes in closer. Using our crimping pliers, just crimp down that bead tube, and voila, our first strand is done. Well, almost done because it keeps rolling on me. There we go. Now it's done. All right, so now we can trim off the rest of our little tail that we don't need. Throw that in our little jar. I always keep a little jar of miscellaneous, either trash or little pieces of head pin and eye pin that I can do something with later. So just kind of let that build up a little bit and then I empty it out and try to do some stuff. All right, so I like how this went gradual like that. And this one's a little bit lighter, but I think that's okay. It kind of separates it just a little bit. And I think all in all, it's gonna look really cute. So let's do this Amazonite next in the middle there. So we're just going to follow the same process. Oh goodness, come on, get in there. And sometimes the little holes might be too small for your wire guardian, so you may have to use a jump ring to hook your wire guardian into the little hole of your connector or whatever you're using. But I always try to do the wire guardian first, and if all else fails, then I will go ahead and use a jump ring instead. I'll just try to use a small one so it's not too it doesn't take away from like the little project. All right, so we have that, and now let's go ahead and string it. And the stringing is really fast, and I'm just gonna grab and string. All right, and then we're gonna do 3 of these in a row. These are such beautiful beads. I love this box so much. It's so pretty. And then we're going to do our little wavy spacers, kind of backwards to each other. So they're kind of like flip-floppy. We like them to look like that. It just gives it a little more texture, I think. So then let's do 3 more. Let's see how many beads we used here. We used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 2 spacers. Right, 5, 10, 12, and 2 spacers. Okay. All right, so let's do it this way. Here we go. And let's do one of these spacers. And then, yeah, that's fine. All right, and then put these on, and let's do another spacer right here. And then let's put on 3 of these beads. And then let's do our little back-to-back wavy spacers. There we go. And let me just adjust this, make sure I'm in the right direction here. And then we're gonna end, it looks like, with 2. And if you're worried about not being even all the way across, it's actually fine. I mean, it's going to be okay. So the only thing that I am kind of concerned about is that I actually maybe do have room for one more bead. And maybe what I might do is do one of these numbers. Take that off. Let's put another one of these little spacers on here in the middle. And then let's do, because it's just enough that I think I need to do, I'm gonna do one more little tiny thing. There we go. And then our little wavy spacers. And then our beads. Let's see if this does it. I think I can actually just get one more bead right on there. Yep, perfect. Okay. Wanted to make sure that I was really going in the right direction here, guys. All right, there we go. Sorry about the little pause and having to figure it out, but we got it. All right, so we're almost done with this bracelet, actually. It's going by pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and finish off this end too, just like we did the other one. And then just feed this through our crimp tube again and through one bead. There we go. And then just give it a little tug and it'll all slide up together. And go ahead and pinch down your little wire guardians just a little bit. Our dear friend Wendy taught us that, and I love the way it ends up looking. All right. And there we go. Now our crimp beads are good. And now we can cut this off. And now we have one more strand left. And then our bracelet is just about done. All right, so now on this side, I want to just use a mixture of these light ones. And let me see what we have left over here. Not a lot, huh? All right, that's okay. So we'll probably use this little guy in the middle. I don't want to leave him out because he is the last one. All right, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and hook this all on, just like we did with the others. Is that a silver one? How did that happen? It is. Okay, hold on, guys. That doesn't match. I took them right out of my little container. I must have accidentally threw a silver one in there when I didn't mean to. We need one more over the dark ones. I got one sitting right there too. That was weird. Or maybe it came from the factory that way. You know, things like that can happen too. So no big deal. We figured it out. All right. Let's get this side on. And there we go. All right, now let's go ahead and just start beading on some of these really light ones. I'm going to use a bead cap right here. And let's use a bead cap right here. Let's put our little spacer in. And let's do another bead cap. And let's do some more beads. And notice how I'm not grouping up any colors. I'm just going for it. I'm just throwing them on. And it looks like we have room for one more bead. So let's just go ahead and put another bead on the end here. It's all good if it doesn't have the exact same amount of beads on each side. I mean, some things are a little bit bigger than the others. So actually, you know what? I think maybe one bead is too much. You know what? Let's do something here. Got an idea. All right, I have an idea. Don't hate me, please. All right, so let's do this because I think we need something to take up a little more room. That way it does work out. I'm constantly like rethinking things all the time, you guys. It's nuts. All right. No, I am not a fan of that. All right. Let's get rid of that guy. Just like, nope. All right, let's do this. I don't think I've ever changed my mind so much on one thing in my life as I have this bracelet today. Oh man. It's something, let me tell you. All right, and then this guy. And then our bead cap. And now maybe we'll have more room. Just enough room for one more bead. And I think that helped. There we go. That's, you know what? That's much better. Let me push that all the way down so we're not making a mistake here. Okay, that's much better. Yeah. All right. Now that we have that, now that I'm done being wishy-washy about what I'm doing, let's go ahead and do this before I change my mind again. Because once I have it on, I'm not going to change my mind. Oops. That was... There we go. Oh, I almost did it. Did you see me? Were you yelling at me? Jody, stop. You gotta put it through the chandelier. You gotta put it through your little connector. All right. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I've been trying to answer some more or respond to some more comments in YouTube today. So I'm trying to catch up on some. I know that there's quite a few out there that I haven't responded to yet, and I'm going to try to dig through and see what I can do tonight while I'm sitting there watching TV, and see how many I can get done tonight. And I did some today on my lunch at work and on my break and stuff. So I did get a few done, but yeah. All right, so there is our bracelet so far, and let's grab our toggle and a couple jump rings. And I think because I feel so bad that this little guy did not get put in anything, we're gonna go ahead and make him into a dangle. Just one little dangle. All right, let me grab my pliers. Check my earring. Yeah, it's good. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and open this up and put on our toggle. And this is double-sided, so it doesn't matter what side you get it on. It's gonna be good either way. So there you go. And then this one too. And there. There we go. All right, and now let's make our little dangle so that we can hang it on here so he doesn't feel left out, because I really do feel really guilty for him. All right, I'm just gonna use a ball head pin, and we're just going to make a wire wrap loop. So I need my round nose pliers. I'm just putting my pliers at the base of the bead, and I'm just pushing the wire over and then lining them up this way so that it's in line with the bead. And then just turn your wire over the top, and then twist your wrist around to where it's facing the opposite way, and now you have the start of your loop. And we're gonna go ahead and just wrap it right on here, because we're gonna use a jump ring to hang it. And just wrap around until you're satisfied with your wrap. You can straighten your little loop out, and then trim off your little tail. And just double check you don't have anything sharp or pokey sticking out, because you can just smush it down if you do. Just like that. All right, so now I have my jump ring. Let's go ahead and find a spot for this little guy. And I think right over here on this end, let's just put him through here. See if I can get him to fit through there. Hold on one moment. Oops. Struggling, guys. Struggling. All right, let's do it this way. Get the wire, get the little jump ring through there first. Then I'll put my little dangle on it, and then we'll close it. There we go. There we go. There. All right. So there's our bracelet, and I'll go ahead and put it on right now, and I'll wear it while I work so you guys can see it. Oops. And you know what? It's not too big at all. I think it's going to be just about perfect. There's a little room to breathe, about a finger's width, and I think that's about perfect. So here's my bracelet. I think it looks really cute. I think it's very beachy and very fun. All right, so there's my bracelet. All right, so let's test our little earrings here. And I'm just seeing if it's gonna, I'm not gonna press too hard because I just wanna see if it's gonna move on me. And it looks like it's pretty good. We're still gonna be very, very gentle with it because I don't want to, you do wanna let it dry longer than what I'm letting it dry. But I think we're gonna be okay as long as I'm really, really gentle with it. So my intention is just to put the ear wires on. And you know, maybe it would be safer if we made it just a little bit longer. Let's do this. I got a great idea. We're going to change our mind because that's what I do, right? So let me grab a couple of those head pins, or those eye pins that we had from the box. There we go. Let's do a bead in between. How about we try to team it up with what we have going on with the bracelet? How's that sound? Let's do those two. These are pretty. So let's go ahead and just make a regular loop. So put your bead on, take your beading wire and just bend it all the way over the top. I'm using about a finger's width to take off the wire that I don't need. And then just roll that wire back over top of itself, like so. There, that way we won't disturb the loop. Let's go ahead and make the other one real quick. Some days I can make a loop and it's really great. Other days I make a loop and I'm like, what was that I just made? Today they're not bad at all. They actually turned out really nice. All right, so now let's go ahead and just hook these together. We're gonna hook this to our ear wire. I always grab the wrong end. Hook that to our ear wire. You're gonna open it just like a jump ring. Close it back up. And then let's open up this other side here and put our drop on it. And there's one earring. And let's do the same thing with this one. And then I will turn the camera around and I will try these earrings on for you guys and see what you think. There we go. Again, I'm always grabbing the wrong side. There we go. All right, that's it. Those are our earrings, and I'm going to put those on real quick, and I will show you what they look like. Okay, I'm back. So there's my bracelet. I think it looks really, really pretty. And then let's put these earrings on. Let's go. Sometimes I have such a hard time putting my own earrings in. It's like, I need someone to come over and put my earrings in for me. I don't know why I have such a hard time. It's always one ear too. It's never the same ear. You know what I mean? It's like one side goes in just fine. Go to do the other side, not so much. All right, so there's one. Sorry, this is gonna take away from it, but just ignore my necklace, or I can take it off even too, for that matter. Oh my goodness, Jody, get it in there. Get it in there. There we go. And there's the earrings. Nice little facet on them. And now we have like the other beads that match it. So I think that looks really cute. Very simple earrings, very simple earrings. I kind of wouldn't mind getting more of these. They're just really, really pretty. And I think they would make a really pretty, more petite pendant too. And just put the little eye pin right in there too, just like that. So I hope you guys got a little bit from this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like my bracelet and my matching earrings. And thank you so much for being here and being a part of this every time that we put a video out. I appreciate every comment I get. I appreciate every suggestion I get. Keep them coming. I really do enjoy it. And I enjoy, I've had a few of you reach out to me lately and share some things with me, and it's been so nice, you know, like where I can find certain things, or hey, I watched a video and I really liked this and this is what I made. So, you know, yes, please, that's why I put that information in the show notes. You know, my email's in there, my social media is in there. I am a little bit slow to respond in some social media sometimes because I get really busy, and I tend to put my phone down and then I don't look at it again for like hours. So be patient with me if it's social media. Usually if it's an email, I get a notification on my watch, and so then I'll check my email, but I have all my notification like sounds turned off for social media because you get notified for every little thing that happens, right? So it would drive me crazy. But anyway, that's all I've got for you guys tonight. I hope you have a great week. I'm not sure if I'll have any other videos that I'm going to be doing the rest of this week. I have some more dress shopping to do on Thursday with my future daughter-in-law, and then I'm going to my daughter's for the weekend, and we're going to just do a bunch of girl stuff and have such a great time. So we're going to be celebrating her birthday. She's turning 28. My first child is turning 28. It's unbelievable, you guys. I just can't even, it's rough. I'm having a hard time. All right, everyone. Many blessings to you all and much love to you all. Have a great rest of the week. Bye, everyone.